Good evening once again. Welcome to Tuesday's edition of Let's Talk Politics. And we are back today with a short version of Let's Talk Politics. And I'm joined by my colleague Himba Malambo. Himba, welcome to Ubuntu channel and good evening.
Good evening, CJ. Good evening, viewers. And I'm happy to be on the program again.
Yeah, indeed. Tonight we're having an interesting political chintoventove on set, and there are a number of things that we'll be looking at. One of them being the Millennium issue, the other one being the vendor situation, the street vendor situation. The other one, we also have the walk of shame situation. But before we get started, we are also joined by Mr. Mkelewai on tonight's program. Mkelewai, good evening and welcome.
I think he's muted, CJ.
Okay. Mkelewai, you are muted. Okay, so viewers, this is Let's Talk Politics.
Good evening. Good evening. You were breaking, that's why I was muted. It was you who was muted, not Inna.
Sorry, technology issues once in a while, they happen.
CJ,
it's good to have you.
Before we go any further, I've got a serious concern. Nanga minister wa sport vichave vatiuza vikamba chani. Tikaribu kamba mapolisi.
Okay, let me just read it according to the way the minister has posted it. Honorable Elvis Nkando, that is the Sports, Youth and Arts Minister, has written this. He says, if you think that bars and other social places will once again open at 07 hours tomorrow, you are on your own.
So, what does
I'm not adding anything. I'm not subtracting anything.
So,
ngati muganiza lekani nikambe mchinyanja ngati muganiza timailo mabaa mashabini mataven yazasegula pa 7 hours mulimweka.
So nishi ba minister batisambiramo or inkani serious.
Exactly. Nizanizo mukabunkana na wa council police. That is your own indaba.
I think ba minister so batitaira pasanga uzibaka. This is not fair.
Bastachabe bwino kukuzira ntoni, so that if at all you find yourself in that situation, sumzabanamizira. So viewers, tomorrow our Copper Queens are playing a game. Zambian time it's 9:30, and I think we'll share a link. We'll try to share a link or links and see where you can watch these games from. Himba.
But why should it be mumaba kutamba bola mumaba? Is that a tradition? You can't watch a football in a church?
Bola without
I'm just why should it be a bar? Can't you watch a football in the hospital, in the church, at home? Can't you watch football on the bus or anywhere? But
actually, Muma church siwazoamua chitira celebrate bora. So the best people waminoita celebrate bora. They do this thing very well. Yeah, it's not a sin, but it being a social activity, it's done well in places like bars, shabins, eateries, and the like. Well, viewers,
manje bomkelevai vakalonga like bola yamwe elo muli muchechi nishivena nguni kuenda matanzi then vena nguni kuenda praise and worship nyahau nishapo manje
nikupunda anofaka maofa nofaka tithe ikulu maningi.
Lady and gentlemen, let me stop you Pamena, otherwise you might need further prayers, deliverance prayers. This is Let's Talk Politics, and let us get back to politics. Viewers, feel free to join in. we'll be discussing different political issues that are happening in our nation. The link will be shared very soon. Director, please share the link. Feel free to join in and make your submission over whatever issue that we'll be discussing at the moment. Make your comments even via the comment section. I can see Masia Nyirenda and Abia watching. Please, if you are able, join the studio. Let's have this conversation going. So to start with, Kaunga, Kadulapa, it's hitting 300, and a lot of people are complaining. They've been expecting the price to go down, but koneka kaunga kaenderako kakwererako. Himba, tisasurvive bwanji. What's happening?
Thank you so much, CJ. Nkani ya kaunga iliko trick, CJ, because you know, in Tonga tuamba uti mutandilanga nkumo mundilange ada. Don't concentrate on my forehead. Look at me pamala. You know, munyangane pamala. You know what I'm trying to say. And if we talk about millimil is the basic need. You know, this is a commodity which every Zambian should be able to afford, despite of their status in society. Whether you are rich, whether you are poor, whether you come from Kwa or Ku, you should be able to afford. You know, at least every Zambian should be able to afford 3 basic meals. And you know, ngaka unga kalipo pa nyumba CJ. Kuseni muzadia porridge. You say unga mungadiako porridge. Mpalanchi mwadiako nganikansima na vegetable. You know, you'll be able to balance if you have millimil in the house. So where you don't have millimil, life becomes very, very difficult. And I'm not seeing this price of millimil going down anytime soon. Because if you look back, yes, I don't think, because you know why I say so? Because if you look from our past farming season, Ayabil, as a country, we performed badly. So for us to correct that, we need to all of. So for this farming measures which are put in place now, the results will not be able to see them now. We'll see them later. You know, for me, I take this as a critical situation. This is my point of view anyway, over this issue. So it will not really like happen now. So tilime, then tikaisizo lima is if you that is what is going to be used now to at least maunga ya bwerereko. But my concern is what happens now. Exactly. And what happens between now and then. And then IMF but no subsidies. What happened to our Zambian? You know, no subsidies. This is why I'm saying our leaders, can they get back to the round table? This is a very critical situation. We understand and it's very heavy for them, but we need people to afford. Kaunga keve. Every Zambian should be able to afford. They should just come up with plan B to cushion every Zambian. You know, because me, I was thinking subsidies was the best way to go. But now again, IMF so what will happen to our, you know, in your course, Ankani CJ, over to you.
So wamkeleba mwanvera nkani akaunga eloba Muzambia nkani akaunga kweve stiseka if you want to see an angry person, a hungry one, especially when it comes to ungaso and Kaya wamkeleba, what is your view in terms of issue?
Thank you very much, CJ. As Zambians, sometimes we need to understand and appreciate certain things. And of course, we have to speak when something is not making sense. And me, all the time, I say, when the government speaks this and then what we see on the ground is something else, then you start wondering, there's something wrong somewhere. Somebody somewhere is not telling the truth. You know, so what we need is just the truth to come out. The government right now, they have provided the people with cheaper millimil, but they don't want to crowd the whole provinces with the cheap millimil. What will happen? Because they are going to kill the business of the already private existing millers. So mamilas ni vamene vafuna oleta manje misokonezo. Vavapasa ka at when you are given an inch, you take a mile. They were given an inch by the government to say, look, this is your opportunity. Can you provide millimil? Of course, you have to gain something from the same production of your millimil. You have to gain some kind of production profits and stuff on top. Something on top. But they've gone a mile, and now the government is now struggling. Should we intervene? Because if the government intervenes through ZNSC, Baletama, because I think the government can manage to bring the prices down. Really, if they are to be serious and come in and take over all provinces, then ZNS, Bankaranama mills, but where they start kugaya unga for the people, we will be able to buy unga from 100 and chakuti. But the reason why unga wadula, because mamillas were taking advantage. So now there's a conflict between the millers and the government. So the government is just watching, but at the same time, we cannot throw away the millers. The millers are part of our development, they're part of us, and we have to appreciate their contribution. But they should not also starve the Zambian people.
So the Zambian people should suffer.
No, that's the issue. That's the issue where the government is watching. And now the moment, because I know that the government, the moment they see that there's no proper price control, because the government have no monopoly to tell the millers or demand the lower prices immediately and ignore their cost of production. So they want to strike a balance, but not to make people to make the millimil so unaffordable that's very high. So it is important that the millers should gather themselves together and see how best they can come up with a reasonable price. Of course, with the intervention of the government. But the moment the government comes in, I'm telling you, Tizambo gula unga pama 100 kwacha. Because what the DNS bakangena mochabe. Ni boma ka. Nishi abavonke aba mamilime uchanchani. Baba.
Vomkelebai. But vanasta increase government vanasta increase price ya milis.
Yeah.
Isn't it just logical that increased price in maize will translate into an increased price in the millimil? And that's why
it's a win-win situation. But farmers, they also need, because the reason why they increased, which to empower my peasant farmers, because millimil, these are my farmers are many lima, you know.
Okay,
So bantu benzo dandao kati boma senzo gula sendo bagulira milisi benzo gulisa ma milisi yabo very cheap. But manja pa boma ya bamvera ya bafakirako milisi price ya kwerako pa mwamba. And now what is happening? Maona manja omene bachitira ma other private millers. The prices now they're trying to extort from people. So to me, I find it's them who are really choking the Zambian people.
Himba, okay.
Yes, please.
Himba, you wanted to say something, so please make your submission.
I'm reacting from what Vomkelebai has said, where he's saying the government bakaikamu bazedenesi ungauza bazaununga market yama millers. For me, I still feel even if the government will bring in ZNS will not manage to feed the whole country. We'll still need the private sector. So we just have to find a balance that millers they benefit, but the millers should actually be the second priority. The Zambian people should be able, at least even 80 or 90% should be able to afford a bag of milli meal. So my millers,
Muzabwelera, mami. Muzabwelera pants. I promise you.
I agree, unga uzabwelera, but not now. But now what will happen between now? Okay, all kazunga bamukele all mnyumba mnibeche unga one day. Mulibe unga. Ona njala the whole day kulindira kuti ubwerere ba esiranga kwanise. So between now and
njala ive pa Zambia kulibe njala pa Zambia. I'm sorry. Unga bintu badula, yes, but njala kulibe. Njala, we have the commodities, but njala kulibe. That's what I can only say. In my opinion, of course, the prices that are skyrocketing, the prices are skyrocketing. I agree, and this is due to other economical pressure that are really pressing the country. Today, fuel is skyrocketing. Everything, electricity, we are paying a lot. We know, and we know the reason why. We cannot say we are suffering from load shedding when we have enough electricity, but it's just expensive. We cannot say we are suffering from we have no food when we have enough food, but it's just expensive. We know. So the issue now is, let us talk about the prices. How do we reduce the price for these available commodities that we have? How do we make it uniform so that at least people we can trickle down to an average person down there that can afford to have the meals. Kulibe njala mu Zambia. Chilinda bokudya bili.
Okay, thank you very much.
But
thank you very much. Apa unga in terms of shortage kulibe. Ni price chabe amene ivuta wantemne walira na eve. And the government
price, not panja.
Government it will translate munjara ngati ndalama siziliko. So government tingapempechabe that government should look into this issue so that prices are normalized or brought down, so that a common Zambian, a person who is mukomboni, is able to secure a bag of milli meal for their survival. If a survival ni milli meal ni unga kansima. Right about now, so right about now, I want us to move to the next issue. There are rumors that cadres are getting back into the CBD. Kulima rumors that makaders ma street vendors vamba kubwerera mu town. My street vendors, they are getting back into town, and that even cadres have also taken advantage at Wambakulipirisa. These are rumors. So these are unconfirmed reports. Himba, I'm going to bring you in on this one. I don't know if you've heard this rumor, and what is your view?
Thank you so much, CJ. As you've already alluded, we are not going to really, personally, I'm not going to really talk about it so much because these are rumors. We don't have facts. But if it is happening and the vendors are going back into the street, I think we would love that the government should be consistent to make sure that these vendors don't go back into the street. They stay in their markets, because we need to keep Lusaka clean. We've already started the process, and I mean, people are now healing. Let people go into their markets. And what usually happens, what they do, my vendors, they come back at night. Or when shops, because already this time they've been on the street. They've built relationship with mama shops. Shops. Exactly. And then people will be coming out, oh, nitiliko na matomato, gwerani muone, that kind of thing. But just appeal to the government to be more strict and to make sure that the street vendors do not come back on the street at the moment. Can they go to the rightful places where they're allowed to sell their merchandise? And if the cadres are collecting money from these vendors who are back on the street, can the law visit them? We don't want what used to happen in the past to come back. We want the revenue to be going in the right coffers of the government so that every Zambian should benefit. Can the law visit these people? And I think if vinangu vankaleko na stiff vantu vakaziva manga vakampeza muntu achita collect drama from the street vendors, let these people be punished severely, and punish others who learn, and they'll be used as example. So can we go that route, you know? Because literally we can't be, because if we keep on tachosa street vendors in my that's money that is going that is taxpayers' money. It's a lot of money. So can we control this situation once and for all? We know it's not a process that can be controlled in a twinkle of an eye. It's a perseverance, consistency. At the end of the day, we are going to conquer. I rest, CJ.
All right, wonderful. Vom Kenebai, I need your submission on this rumor, this allegation.
Okay, even though it's a rumor, because rumors, sometimes we may even talk about things that are not even happening on the ground, but from the videos circulating on social media, which we cannot confirm as authentic truth, but we can tell that there are few individuals that are complaining already that cadres are busy harassing marketeers. Those, and they are trying to take advantage of this movement, where the relocation movement, that others they want to try to find a way of earning something. Like I said, that it takes two to tango. And there's a corruptee and there's a corruptor. There's a receiver and the offerer. So abantu ngati notify kuti mwamene vanakambira va president pachiyambi kuti sitifuna makaders mumamarket, kulibe kada wamene akuvomerezwa kutenga ndrama kuli marketeer. And if that message goes mumatu yava mazi mai baja wamene vagulisa na veve vaziva noziva ti so apang ungatwamona fyo muntu uleisa mukufuwa endalama teti tumupele endalama unless niva cancel na vafuana na ma uniform na vale milanga na badge. Those are people that you can give the money to, that vamipela na receipt, so that you are not muntu fya aisa because na fuara ligari ya UPND or na fuara ligari ya PF olo aleisa no kulanda filefi machiwi na chitarezi chi voice kwati nchikaponya mayo kula mitinya because the moment you start giving them money, then you are going to allow them now to continue spreading the same and instilling fear in you. So ni mwevo mwevale bali pile mpia ni mwevo balechita promote kadarism, mwemulechita promote na owe na bale because ngamuleba tane mpia ngatabe teti bese mkumibira teti bese mkumichonchunganya ngabaisa, you just report to the authority or to the police. So I find that to say bana mayo mwebalese ndempia no kupela ni mwemuleta, you are the ones who are busy worsening the situation. And the other issue is we have been telling people to say go to the market, but at the market also there has to be order in the marketplaces. So who is in charge of the marketplaces? That's where now the issue comes in. Do we need to find cadres in the market trying to locate people stands? That's where the problem will be. Who should be in the market to distribute or allocate portions, places where these marketeers, these vendors were outside to stand in or start selling their merchandise? It is the market authority who falls under what? The local authorities. If they do, those are the people that are supposed to come in and take over. Not any demand, as long as you support the ruling party. Or you can't. We can't do that. You are the people who are bringing confusion. So marketplaces are there, but people are finding it difficult to go inside because that is where now certain individuals, especially but they have quite experience, and those I call who have experience with hustling, marketeers, nibali abali mu PF makaddas from PF because they bakwata experience ba PF bakada ba UPND nawoko bali but ba mwenso balatina ama instructions yao from their bosses, but those with experience bale pushing abantu abati kabiyeni kapokeni ndalama because they are still there. Where do you think the cadres went to? Baya kuisa ma cadres bale pokeni pia mu market. You think bali lala? So the government,
please conclude,
the government and the local authorities should make sure that they take charge the market areas and put up a proper structure and empower the very women to be the bosses of their own so that they can run those market properly. Not every gym and jack. So that's my take.
Thank you, Bomkirebai. This issue of street vendors going into back into the CBD, I think it's just something that people are making up, because even as of today, police are patrolling the CBD, and I even heard PS Hamaundo warning shop owners not to display products or whatever merchandise outside their shops. And just yesterday, I saw some shop owners who were complaining that they are being harassed for putting for displaying things on the on their door, on the entrances to their premises. So imagine police are doing the patrols. Car does not space up at allocate place. So probably the challenge. So the challenge is probably in the markets, because Mujama markets, these markets have got a market management, people who take care of it, and then mastands yaja kuli bantu banagula kudala who own those stands, and you find they hire them out. So there should be probably a problem around there, because ngati wesuna lipira, you don't have a stand in there, it means you have to rent it from someone who has. So you might find probably maybe that's where people are being finding themselves entangled with what they are calling cadres in inverted commas, and there's extortion and all that. Well, let's move to the next thing. I'll start by reading something involving Honorable Given Katuta. Actually, before I do that, I think, Director, there's a clip or two that you can play for our viewers so that they can connect, and then I'll read what the Honorable posted on her wall. Director, please give us the videos.
May the Honorable Minister continue.
Madam Speaker, when we address matters of national importance, it is important to be truthful. For a long time, those who study the history of this country will attest to the fact that for many, many, many years, Northwestern Province was known as the poorest, least developed province. The second one was Western Province. Well, I have to answer him.
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
I have to answer him. Okay. With respect...
Order, honorable members, can we listen to the...
With
Honorable
respect...
Minister, just say order. Order, Honorable Member for Chiengi, please leave the house and don't come back. Yeah, I will name you now. I'm going to name you if you continue on those lines. I now order you, Reverend G.M. Katuta MP, to take the walk of shame and leave the chamber through the main entrance of the chamber. On 7-day suspension with effect from today, 19th July 2020, 19th July to 25th July 2023. I thank you. Be-
There you have it. That is Honorable Given Katuta. So let me just read what she posted 9 hours ago on her Facebook page. She says, breaking news, Chiengi constituency member of parliament, Honorable Given Katuta Mwelwa, detained on charges of common assault. A prominent member of parliament from Chiengi constituency, Honorable Given Katuta Mwelwa, has recently been charged with the offense of common assault under Section 287 of Zambia's Penal Code. The charges were filed against her following media reports surrounding the alleged incident. Earlier today, Honorable Given Katuta Mwelwa willingly presented herself to the police for questioning and was subsequently detained. This incident has attracted significant attention both within the constituency and nationwide. Given Honorable Mwelwa's position as a member of parliament, as the case progresses, further updates regarding the investigation and legal proceedings will be provided. It is important to note that all individuals are considered innocent until proven guilty by a court of law. The legal process will determine the next steps in this case and justice will prevail. This is what she wrote 9 hours ago. Apparently, at the end of the last clip that we just saw there, the allegations that Wanatunyila reporter. Wow. So anyway, let me end here and I'll bring in the only lady, and that is Himba, to give her submissions over this issue. Himba.
To give my talk of shame.
You can carry on, madam.
Honestly, I'm also going to say this is a talk of shame because literally there's it's very embarrassing, especially coming from the female fraternity and coming from an arena of female leaders. Because ili ingili neba anamayo ni who bring peace, who embraces. So I don't even want to use the word honorable. I think since honorable word when does somebody qualify to be an honorable? Ukawina chairman elections in parliament, even when the things you do are not honorable, you become an honorable. Because I mean, this word we are using it wrongly. Some people are not worth to be called honorables. Because if you are an honorable person, is a person of character, is a person of integrity, is a person who always want to do things or to be on the right side of the law. That is an honorable person. So if you are a member of parliament, a person, because you being a member of parliament, definitely you are representing the interest of the people. And you are there to promote human rights. You are there to protect everyone despite who they are in society. But if as a person who is a member of parliament, you go and spit on a person. I mean, I didn't see that clip properly. Yeah, I saw her bending there. Now I don't know whether she really did it or she didn't. If she did it, it's unfortunate. But if she didn't, may the court of law, as she has written, clear her. But it's very embarrassing. And my appeal to these members of parliament, when we send you to parliament, it doesn't mean that you're above us, you know. It doesn't give you the right to treat the Zambian the way you want. We pay you. If anything, me, I'm better than a member of parliament because the citizen of Zambia don't pay me, you know. I work as we pay you. Zambian people pay, that journalist pays this member of parliament, and this member of parliament goes. And there's another thing which was very disappointing when she spoke on tribal lines. That was quite embarrassing. How can a member of parliament come out just like that? And the day this region, they are trying to point a finger at, accuse all those allocate all these accusations. The day they will react, the people from this province, I don't know what will happen, because it's like they keep on saying there's no way a member of parliament can say this is a member of parliament preaching the message of division. This is a member of parliament preaching the message of hatred to the Zambian people. So what is this person doing in parliament? I thought one of their responsibility is to unify, to help people of Zambia to heal, so that we live as one Zambia, one nation. So if a member of parliament who's got the platform to have access to the media, to have access to the national platform, she's spreading that kind of message, do we know what she does in the background? And as I end my contribution, CJ, I find it so funny. You go and spit on the journalist. Then if you see the clip where she was talking, where she was sending her tribal message, if you go to there, she even said, I want the media. The same people you were speaking, you want them back. I submit, CJ.
Thank you very much, Himba. Yeah, your 2 cents on that one.
Well, thank you so much, CJ. Like Himba put it, it's quite sad to hear a woman of God putting herself or holding herself. People hold her at a very high level. One, spiritually. Two, politically. The society held her, trust her. But the moment this incident happened, I know for the fact that if she had some ratings that were going high, I believe many people are beginning to withdraw their trust, or even stopping going to the church, because if she can do that to an ordinary person that she has no clue about, she doesn't know, who is just doing a job. If she can go ahead and utter those words or spit on that person, assault such person, what else can she do to the people in her congregation or in her constituency, especially those that are under her, the lower level? So it is the respect. That is how people destroy their careers. That is how people destroy themselves because of such kind of act. I don't know what she's upset of. If she has issues to do with the development in a constituency, let her bring out those issues. If there's CDF, because I expected to hear what given to talk about CDF development, how that 20 whatever million kwacha is helping her constituency. What is it that the government has done so far, and what is it that they have not done, and why? Those are issues that she should look at, instead of going to parliament wanting to make a mark or a name so she can go to the people and say, so this is where the problem. But if I am likes for Facebook, they want to make a name. They are avoiding, they're forgetting that they went to parliament not because of them. They went to parliament to represent the people. But when I go parliament, bala bana abantu bale chita represent baibika ponomba ben bambo kuleta ma character yavo. We don't want your characters in parliament. Behave just as honorable, like Himba put it. Be honorable. Imobambi, you are not even an honorable. You are a reverend. A reverend, meaning you were ordained. You carry the spiritual whatever position. So why can't you lead by example? Spitting, or rather even responding, walk away in parliament talking, even when it is uncomfortable. The information, when you get somebody talking something that you are not happy with, it is important to simply take your time, react when your time is given, not where you want to stand up and shout. That is the behavior of a child. That is the behavior of an immature person. So what given Lwami Kupa ima you are a mother of the nation, you are an MP, an honorable. We want you to come back. Please, amatempa ngabali mifurisha kunganda, leave those tempers home. Tantrums te yakuleta mu parliament. Yes, when something that is not okay in parliament has happened, you have rules and procedures on how to respond or to retaliate to certain information that you are not happy, that are not true. But do you have to jump out of your skate and start now kwimina pachuru, start showering insult or tribal remarks? Na hii ne badge mrefu ya tribal remark mayo takuli yako ikamitwala. If anything, bazambia bali ikana kale mwepushe bachimba kambwiri twali bakani n'abashimba kambwiri, mwepushe balungu twali bakani n'abalungu, baluwo bankandulo twali bakana pakulanda pakuleta issue ya tribal. Nga mwaleta tribalism mami, I'm telling you that will be the end of your career in life. I'm telling you, if you want to destroy your beautiful career that you have built from the scratch, I'm telling you mayo nga mulefo yokuyona wila, continue playing this tribal card. You will be surprised because Zambians have gone beyond, including the chief of the Bemba. What's his name again? Chief Timukulu. You see how he has negated and he has not blessed. He doesn't bless anybody that wants to hold on to tribal remarks. Leave the tribal issues out of parliament. Leave tribal issue out of your mouth. Talk about development. CDF ilefwaiko constituency yenu. Twale nubuya ntanshi ku constituency yenu. Chiengi abantu bengi abalefwayo obuya ntanshi abalefwayo development. Nombefi mulefo okuleta fya kutwala ama tempers yenu, ama tantrums yenu. Noti aba kuchiengi yenu. That is a mistake you are making because people will rise against you. Tatwa mituma kulia kuya twala ama tempers yen. Twala kulia mkuya chita represent. Take our issues in parliament. So that's what I can only tell Madam Reverend, that we love her. We want her to continue standing for the right, but she should behave in a very matured manner, like a reverend, like a Christ-like life. Not ifefe kwamba kutuka abantu ukufushira abantu amate mwalambo kututinya. If you can do that to an ordinary person, what about people that you live with in a home? Should we start investigating Mayo? Please, we want you to come back in your own beauty self and speak the truth to the people, and the truth will set you free. The Zambian people understand you. You cannot start dwelling on tribal and divisive message.
Mhm.
I think that way,
Thank you.
we want you back, and that's why the parliament had to discipline you. There's a reason why they disciplined you, because of your behavior. Just check your behavior, Mami. Check your behavior.
Thank you very much, Vom Kedebai.
CJ,
Great submissions there.
Before you come in, there's just one thing from the Reverend's speech. I think maybe with through the director, if maybe before we end, we also have that clip of tribal remarks. There's something, and she went like, "Barefo kutwipaya wonse mu parliament." So now,
Okay.
my question is, they want to kill all of them in parliament. Does it mean like they want to remain where come parliament? So how can they remain veka mu parliament when these people are voted by the Zambian people. So is she implying that Zambia is only controlled by one person? Is that what she's trying to say? Because do you think other people, I don't know who she means with do you think those who wants to be checked out, okay, well, by UPND, so those who are not non-UPND, I think they are UPND, because if she's saying by UPND, in the UPND party, there are people from all the 9 provinces. They are there, So she even said people from northern, So if she's saying, so she thinks. Just watch the script where she was talking about tribal. So if she's saying
Director, okay, so Himba, just hold on right there. Director, please give us that clip, and then let's have the submissions, and then please make your submissions short after this clip, as we are already gone beyond time. Director, please give us the clip.
Tomorrow, I'll be having a press statement. And I'm going to highlight a few things where we are in our country, and also the intentions of UPND government, degradation of parliament. Yeah. So, by UPND parliament. I once said this, that if they have a way, they will poison all the opposition. People insulted me when I said that. That in particular, shirimo muri parliament. Icho balefu akushalabeka balepisha amafunde ayabi. Nalilandile, hi Mutompei. Nyambe Sianga, how are you? Womlamu. Yeah, nalilandile pokwe bati. Aba bantu aba. The hatred that they have towards us, especially ile monekela. If they had a way of giving us poison, they would do it. Kuli bambi abali mufpatala. Bambi bali mumaselu mulandu bali rufyanye. Intention yabo bena fyonse bale fokububila. Chonde milombako. Kunchende shiminga kulwa pulana northern block. Do not allow them to penetrate. Chen tushile na ifwe boundary. Chen tushile boundary. Tupange omumpaka. Bantu kwena aba bantu mwimona tuwa mwanoseka. Bacho kubwelanka bwela after 7 days. Mailo nde bika press statement. Nde fwaya aba milabasa. Bakese umfwefyo nkalalanda.
Great. There you have it. So I'm just going to give you 2 minutes each to react to that clip. I'll start with you, Womkelebai.
Well, thank you so much. That's very tribal, and you cannot hide. The good thing about her, I would call it ignorance, that she is exposing her ignorance publicly, and she's saying it with impunity. She's actually talking about tribalism in a very direct form, and that should not, without even being censored, she's saying it in a very direct way. So
yeah. I didn't hear her mention a tribe, but I heard her mention UPND.
Did you hear that? Did you
Please,
hear
Mhm.
talk
no,
a
they
Just
boundary?
clarify.
Did you talk
Okay,
about the
yes.
boundary?
Yeah, she mentioned the boundaries, yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
What does that mean?
and
That we should not allow anyone to infiltrate to come to the northern. Do we have to put the boundary? What does that mean? How do you interpret it? Just even a grade 5 there, I can tell that to isuminisha anybody by
But
UPND from coming to
if
this
I'm
area.
political boundaries.
You know. So anyway, like I said earlier, you can tell that she has been. I believe that she's one person who has not said anything positive towards her constituency, and she wants to find some kind of relevance, and she wants to come out and she wants to make a point. Unfortunately, I don't know if these MPs have some advisors that help them to to write some things of what they are supposed to say. I think which they should find some professional people to help them with speeches, or whenever they come on the media they should find such kind of so that they avoid either lawsuits or degrading or exposing their ignorance. So it is important. So what I can say on that issue is that Vamayo va Reverend. I don't know even that, even calling a Reverend, it's a little bit a question mark, but we have to understand.
Thank you.
So what I can say is that Vamayo vapile vafe vachita concentrate na community development fund, community development funds, and they should emulate from Sunday Chanda. We want to hear what she has done in her constituency. Let her stop this politicking. Let her bring development. But yengi barefo emisevo, barefo ayama hospitals, barefo ayama school, ayama desks. Those are issues that we should talk about, not if you're
Thank you very much, Bomkerebai. Himba,
actually, I want to even adopt one of the schools in Chieng myself, so I can show her, because I'm from Western Province. So I show her that I'm coming there myself. I don't want her position.
Stephen and Miranda Bomkerebai. Himba, please, your concluding.
That was very divisive. Our message was very divisive.
I'm not going to be very economical with the words. I'm going to speak as a patriotic Zambian. Whatever she said, as I said, it was embarrassing, and I'm not going to use word reverend or honorable. I'm going to leave the reverend, because the Bible literally demands us that we respect people who are ordained by God. But I will not use that to address her. I will respect her because she was ordained by, if she was at all, because I don't have proof. But basically, for her to say those boundaries she's trying to create, my advice is that my politicians, the kind of voters you are dealing with at the moment, it's a different generation. If you want your political career to end, just talk on political ground, just talk on tribal lines. Your career will end very quickly and people will stop listening. The generation we have this time, it's a generation of people who are mixed, who are marrying from one tribe to another. Umwana from northwestern, northwestern, so this is a voter you are talking.
Sorry, my dear. I even heard her speaking very good Lozi, talking Wanyambe, something like that. Acknowledging one of the Wanyambe, something like that on her blog, which was good.
So
we have exhausted our time.
No, based on that, CJ, I've got a question for the politicians. What advice do you have for a child, or what political message do you have for a child who's got the mother who is Tonga and the father who is Bemba? What political message? Give her that message. It's very deep. Where do you put this child? So basically, politicians, be careful what you are doing to yourself and to the nation at large. This political tribe, it won't take you anywhere. If you want to go, ask all those who've preached this message how it has dented them and how they've gone down. This is not even a message. You're just killing yourself. Maya, you're so beautiful. Live on that line, and yeah, you look so intelligent. Don't let us question you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Himba. Thank you very much, Wumkelebai. Our director, Emmanuel Nkunika, thank you very, very much. For me, the only thing I would like to add on is that people are seeing, yes, they have confidence in her as an honorable MP. To my colleagues, the journalists, I think we need to be respected when we're doing our work, okay? If we're going to be spitted on for doing our work, I would suggest a media blackout for that particular individual. Well, from me and everyone who has participated on this program, want to say thank you. It has been Let's Talk Politics, an open discussion where we discuss about the different issues, political headlines and the like that have been going on in our country. From me and everyone, I say good night. And
sorry, I wanted to say something. However, what we said, you found something not okay that may have offended you, Mami, please, we apologize in advance so that we don't want to be spitted on by, we don't want to be labeled. We were just trying to, because you're a public figure, you're an MP, we were trying to tell you the right way of doing things. We know in one way or the other, you may have gotten something. Otherwise, we apologize if at all we've hurt your feelings. Because feelings in Zambia. Yes, Mami. Sorry.
What I'm saying, what are we apologizing for? This thing, it's in the public domain. And even
I know,
that thing,
but we don't want to be spitted on.
oh, okay, because that script is in the public domain and she expects us to react. She can't post something and we don't react. We will react. So
okay, so allow me to end the program, please. We've already gone beyond time.
You're forgetting that it's politics. Let's talk politics.
Okay, thank you. It's been a great, I would say 57 minutes. Today's program was supposed to be a short program, 30 minutes, but we have overlapped. So viewers, thank you very much. Colleagues, thank you very much. Have a blessed night.